For me and my buddies, the wagon always represented good times and having a lot of fun. It started out as a joke, but it became way more than that. My name is Luke Wilcox, and I shipped my '89 Honda Civic wagon to Iceland. So as soon as Wagon Attack 2 ended, we started thinking about Wagon Attack 3. We always tossed around the idea of going to Iceland, but mostly as a joke. And after years and years, we finally decided that we had to do it. Shipping the wagon to Iceland was a huge ordeal. It took hundreds of emails, phone calls, rejection letters from insurance companies, and finally got some insurance through a company in Italy, through some Google translated emails, and we made it happen.
What's up, Matt? We're out here in Iceland. How's it looking?
Well, great.
Terrific.
What's
been the best part so far?
We went through a water splash. It was good. Hey, check it out. We're in Iceland with a wagon. Can you believe it?
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, we got to stop about every 1 mile because there's some epic stuff to look at every 1 mile.
Such as Joe. Move out of the way of the epic shit.
So we had done a lot of research about Iceland, but nothing could have prepared us for how spectacular and magnificent the landscapes were. The entire country is just beautiful. Photos and videos really just can't do this country justice.
What do you think about this spot for tomorrow, Matt?
Pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, are we gonna jump the wagon here, dude?
Yeah, I hope we're gonna jump it, and then we're gonna get intense with these intense views that way. Everywhere you go, it just keeps being awesome. The whole island a national park. It'd be better than that one in wherever, Virginia.
Shenandoah,
Yeah,
the
Shenandoah.
worst national park in the country.
The landscape is all green and black and gray, and for some reason that skull-covered red blob of mass looked incredible everywhere we took it. Yeah, so the crew was a 4-man crew, which was probably the best crew that we could have assembled. It was me, my brother Joe, and then my good buddies Chris and Matt.
B-roll in the B-roll.
B-roll to infinity, meta B-roll.
We're gonna go.
Going behind the scenes.
So really we brought Joe along as an extra, and his primary goal was to carry the sticks.
Hey Joe, you want to grab my?
Am I B-rolling or am I grabbing stuff?
Let's grab stuff in a minute.
So not only did he do a great job carrying around the sticks, but he ended up being our own personal DJ.
There it is.
This truck's good as shit, dude.
So obviously Matt's role was to make the beautiful videos, which he did. The only other role I can think of is for him to, flip his lid.
To the end. If Luke does it twice, you get 2 shots. If he does it 3 times, you get 3 shots. If he does it 5 times, you get 5 shots. I don't up. I'm a Emerald Club member, executive, and even now, it's like $26.
Emerald Club? That sounds high, man.
Yeah, I'm an Emerald executive, right? So I can pick any car from the Emerald Isle.
Yeah, too bad we're not in Ireland.
Yeah, or Oz.
Damn it.
You were working on that one, weren't you?
Fucking joke. I was trying to use something about the wizard.
We did the grand reveal. It was grand.
Grand reveal!
We came over here, did some jumps. They were sweet. And then Joe broke my helicopter.
It's not leaking. It's working. Let's just go.
So Chris's role was that he was there for the creative. He was also there as the second camera operator, and obviously in charge of putting together the behind the scenes.
So you and X are no longer on a yacht. Cut back, So he basically repeats his line. Title transfer, doom, doom, crush, blah, blah, blah. And we transfer into a dream sequence, flipping burgers, right? So it, you know, the other joke is you. I think it's fine. End of video.
What's going on here, Luke?
So we just arrived at the place that we're going to stay for the next 2 days in Skolfoss, which we got through Airbnb, and it is in the middle of nowhere, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome because they have a hot tub.
The 3 beers that we have left.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go put those in the fridge
Yeah, perfect.
so that we can drink them in the hot tub.
Yes.
Yeah. Number one rule when going on a shoot that's already got an extremely compressed time schedule for the content you're trying to acquire is to have a hot tub. But I'm into that. Hashtag vacation shoot.
All right, city location number 2. We're heading out here. Gonna be where are we at? Duisel?
Skraskaflatter.
Skraskaflatter. All right, there we go. Matt's ready to go, so we're going.
So we did run into a few challenges while we were in Iceland. Not only was I the talent as the driver, but I was also the mechanic. All right, I think we're set here. Maybe one more piece of tape. So I noticed the air to fuel ratios were getting a little lower, which means we're not getting any air. And I think it's because there's a bunch of dirt inside this air filter. So I'm cleaning it here with this screwdriver.
Matt's really upset about where your intake's at.
Yeah, it's pissing me off.
I'm sorry, that's how it is though.
I know, but like,
We could toe strap it and you can pull me through. I can turn it on. With 4 years of serious neglect, the wagon had me seriously worried that we were going to get stranded somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Iceland.
The lady's here, though, by the way.
I know, the wagon is mad.
Always.
Oh,
What's going on?
Just doing the old battery reset. See if the ECU won't be as mad.
What's it mad about?
I don't know, the wagon's in a bad mood today. The black sand beaches of Vik would mark some emotional highs and lows of the adventure. There were 2 particular occasions that came up that ended up being a mess. So we were doing some epic drifts in the black sands of Vik, and all of a sudden the tire dug in and rolled right off the rim. Now when you ship a wagon to Iceland, you can't ship it with anything inside the car, including a spare tire. So my worst fear had been materialized. There we were, no tire, no spare, stuck in the black sand beaches. At this point, we hadn't seen a person or a car in 16 hours, so we knew help wasn't coming.
Well, we're just in Iceland here. It's day 2 of shooting, day 3 in Iceland. We're actually currently stranded on the Black Sands beach in the south of Iceland. We had some trouble with the wagon, surprisingly. Luke was doing a big ass drift out from this cave, and his wheel fell off. So him and Chris are at the store right now, talking to Astor, the tire guy, and we're just we decided to take a break on the beach, drink some Icelandic Gold beer.
Okay, this is your house, not the shop. Came back into town here, and the tire store was closed, so I thought we were in serious trouble. Went into the gas station, and they gave me the emergency number for the guy who works at the shop. So I just called up Arset, and he's going to meet me up at the tire shop in a half hour, and hopefully the tire's okay, and we can just get it put back on, and we'll be back in business.
Excellent.
That guy right there is not the tire guy. He's the air conditioning guy.
He's got a nice van though.
Yeah. So we're still waiting for the tire
You
guy.
see that Civic?
Yeah, you know what I see it?
Right.
4 4x100 spares.
Yeah.
So Icelander tire guy comes for emergency services, so he had to come up here from home. Says very few words to me, grabs the tire, brings it into the shop, brings it out 7 minutes later, all ready to go. Pretty awesome dude. $60 on the road again. So we're gonna head back and see how many beers deep Rally Matt and Joe are, and see if maybe we can get some more shooting in today.
So Luke and Chris just got back with the fixed wagon wheel, hopefully, and they don't know where we are. We're on top of the cliff, and we're going to tell them that we're here soon.
So we had left Matt and Joe with a case of beer. When we got back to the car, the beer was gone, and they were on top of a huge cliff. So we hung out on top of this cliff for like 3 or 4 hours, and it was a real bonding moment for the whole crew.
They look at the sky.
So Matt, it's day 3.
Yeah, dude.
Just wheeling down to Vic. Saw you were sleeping there for a minute.
Yeah, got a couple Z's.
You know, so just thought I'd fire up this interview.
Yeah, I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, you know.
Yeah, so the next day
what
on
are
the
we doing
same
today?
black beaches of Vic, we decided to do some high-speed stuff with the wagon. And I hit these perfectly timed bumps and just smashed the front end of the car. The hood was raised 3 inches and there was coolant dumping everywhere. The wagon hit some bumps and kind of took a hard hit in the front end, and the radiator's damaged and the coolant's leaking out right now. And so we're kind of in a tight spot right now. I'm trying to figure out what to do because we're in the middle of nowhere and it's late on a Saturday, and getting a radiator here is near impossible. We're not sure what we're gonna do. So Matt kind of flipped his lid, said that was it, that the weekend was over. There's no movie. We'd wasted our time. Well, I knew we couldn't get a radiator in Iceland on a Sunday, and we were out in the middle of nowhere, so we had to do something. And I remembered that I had put some stop leak in the parts bin. Yeah, we've got this radiator stop leak that was in the wagon, and we're gonna give it a shot. I'm not crossing my fingers too much here, but. So at that point I thought this was the end of it. There was gonna be no Wagon Attack 3, and that all this time and effort that we had spent trying to put this thing together was never gonna materialize.
I say that we get it back to Vic.
Yeah.
That's what we do, and then we evaluate the scenario there.
Right now I do believe I'm taking the last ride in the wagon. We hit the radiator pretty bad, and I think it's starting to overheat. And so this may be it. This may be it for me in the wagon. A sad day, but I will say that it died in the most majestic place in the world, in beautiful Iceland. So somehow, miraculously, the wagon made it all the way back to Vic. We're about to try and make it back to the condo tonight with the wagon with the leaky radiator. So I bought my third thing of radiator stop leak, and I bought about 14 liters of water, and we're gonna see how far we make it. We had about a 2-hour drive back to Selfoss where we were staying, and that was maybe the most stressful 2 hours of the trip. I'm a little stressed out.
Yeah? What are you feeling there?
Just watching the temperature gauge, hoping that we don't die, because I don't want to have to tow this, flat tow with a tow strap, 129 kilometers, because that would get old real fast. So 129 kilometers to go, we'll see if we make it.
I think we're gonna make it, man.
I don't know. So miraculously, somehow, the wagon made it back to Selfoss. So all 4 of us were so stoked that the car made it back to Selfoss that we decided to celebrate by going to Domino's.
Nobody likes Domino's.
Remember
I haven't
the
found
WeChange
one
campaign?
person that's like, man, Domino's is my jam. Everyone's like,
Pizza Hut?
yeah, people love Pizza Hut. People love Papa John's. Nobody loves Domino's.
That's true. I like Domino's though.
Yeah, but you don't love Domino's. It's not your first choice, right? You're standing next to Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's. Where the you going?
Depends on the day.
Okay, all right.
But
Where would you go more often? 7 days a week, all you're eating is pizza. Where are you going? You're gonna go to Domino's 3 days. Where are you going the rest of the time?
Papa John's, probably.
Where are you gonna go?
Little Caesars.
Matt, let me tell you about how this video's not over.
Because you just drove.
There's nothing wrong with that wagon. It's better. We're back at the house, boys. Wagon made it back. No hiccups.
No problems at all today.
No, zero. We didn't lose any equipment or vehicles.
Solid day. Put a lot of shots in the bag.
Yep.
Hey, listen, guys, we got the grand reveal. Well, we'll see.
It might be out of focus.
Nothing else matters. So we're approaching the end of the trip, and we still hadn't really seen any ice. And we thought that it was imperative that if we're in Iceland, we better get some footage of the wagon on ice or on a glacier. So we went to a close by glacier with the hopes of somehow getting the wagon onto the glacier. So yeah, we're scouting this location here. We'd really like to try and get the wagon out on that glacier there, but it's like a 4x4 off-road trucks only trail to get there.
It's not even 4x4. It's like driving on the moon, Rover Lander, balloon tires, legitted up, kitted out, lifted monster truck, super jam road.
So we're gonna go see how we can do this. So Matt just wants to get the banger shot, so he wants the wagon on the glacier no matter what. And me, I'm stressed out because I don't want it to get stuck on the way there. Well, we decided that we ought to ask somebody who really knew the terrain. So we decided to ask some Australians. We got a question for you guys. Were you on the glacier? Yeah. So when you get down there, do you have to go through the glacier? No? Do you think that this thing here can make it? No? And we did not get the wagon onto a glacier. Sorry, Matt. So when Matt and I first sat down to actually talk about really going to Iceland, budget obviously is a big issue, and Matt agreed that he would we would split the funding of it if and only if the wagon never came back to America, because shipping it back would be extremely expensive. Cars come to die. So we knew if we weren't going to bring the wagon back to America, that we would want to end it right. And we went over a lot of different scenarios of jumping it off cliffs, and we really thought that the Crusher would finalize it. I liked how they exited it. It's good for me.
Look at this. Skull face, Matt's face, same face.
So I have this problem with my cars in that I get emotionally attached to every vehicle that I own because of the experiences that I have with that car. And so it's tough for me to get rid of things. And so I own way too many cars, none of which are worth anything. So this, I think, is a real good way to send the wagon off, to make it actually final. I think it's a fitting end for an amazing trip.
Dude, did you see that fucking smile?
I'm not mad.
No, look at Matt's not mad right now.
It's so bad.
Now, I thought about the Crusher a lot before we went to Iceland, and I thought that would be really tough for me and really emotional. But the tough emotional time I had already had with the wagon when the radiator blew, and I thought that was the last trip. So when I got to the Crusher, I wasn't feeling sad, I wasn't feeling emotional. It was more like a party. All of the locals were there hanging out, checking out the wagon. One of the guys that worked at the Crusher knew Wagon Attack 2.
So, it's kind of hard for me to do this, let it go like that. But it costs too much to ship it back. Yeah. So we're saving the money.
I might even say it was a little exhilarating.
That's it. What are you saying?
I thought that I would get a little emotional and that would be sad, but that was like the raddest thing ever.
crush a fucking wagon.
Yeah, dude. I feel great. One less car.
One less car.
11 down to 10. So I never thought that a car could mean so much to me and lead to so much adventure and fun and friendship and good times. And you know, I think Honda did it right in 1989 when they decided to build the most beautiful all-wheel drive wagon in the world.
Watch out for late phone calls. We taste and concrete walls. Go too far, live too long. Time's too short. Ride and run. Block after block. Block after block. Roll down gates look the same. Different trucks, different trains. Hey, bro, break in the back door and turn it up while the lights are out. Eyes closed and shouting right now.
So my message to all the wagon owners out there is don't let anyone ever tell you that you're thinking too big or that you can't do something, because I shipped a 25-year-old Honda Civic wagon to Iceland.
Now this is all me.
How are we gonna make Wagon Attack 4 now?
A different wagon.
A Volvo wagon?
End of documentary. Sequel setup.